All Things Motoring is owned and brought to you by SA's most trusted online vehicle platform, CHANGECARS. Our name says it all. Whether you're looking to sell, need advice, need finance, or need insurance, CHANGECARS has you covered.
In this week's episode of All Things Motoring, we're at Gerotech for episode 1 of our 3-part Bakkie battle. We've got 12 single cab Bakkies which will each be loaded with a full ton of silica sand, and we'll be putting them through a bunch of tests. First up in this episode is a fuel economy challenge on the world-class Gerotech test track. Mike, Grant and the Driving Dynamics team are investigating, chatting to dealers and finding out which Bakkie delivers the goods without draining you or your company's wallet. And that's just the start. Coming up in episodes 2 and 3, we have drag races, gymkhanas, suspension tests and even helicopters. Welcome to our Gerotech special. You don't want to miss this.
Today is officially the proudest moment of my All Things Motoring career. On the skid pan at Gerotech, Grant, everybody's seen on camera the incredible effort that's gone into setting all this up. What are we here to do?
So Mark, the single cab workhorse Bakkie in South Africa is the backbone of not only the South African motor industry, but it's the backbone of our economy.
So we've decided to do something completely different to the day-to-day environment. What have we got in store?
We've got a selection of vehicles, single cab, workhorse. We're going to compare them. We're going to do certain exercises today on the same day, same tracks. We've loaded a ton of sand on each vehicle. We are taking the entry-level single cab, putting weight on, doing a few exercises, and seeing what they do.
So when he says we, let's clarify. We're talking about a professional racing driver, stunt driver with 40 years experience, and we're talking about the amateur.
Well, I don't know about so much a professional, but thanks very much for those accolades, Mike. Yeah, no, it's been 42 fantastic years. We're making this as realistic as it is.
Right.
We're making it fun. We're going to be doing things today that you wouldn't normally do with a single cab. Although some of the tests are very realistic today, some of them are going to be fun.
But what Grant is saying to fleet owners, make sure your colleagues and drivers do not watch this. This is not what they meant to do. This is what they can do.
Absolutely, and putting a ton of silica sand on the back, something that a lot of people have done. So obviously the weight changes the whole dynamics of the vehicle.
Of course.
And people may say yes, but I mean, what are the chances of people loading a full ton on the back of the 1 ton as they're called? Farmers will definitely do it, mining companies will definitely do it, courier companies maybe not. These are what they're designed to do, and I think I'm going to be surprised.
I'm aiming for second in 6 races. I think I'm going to be pleasantly unsurprised.
Let's kick this off. Before all the fun and games, the crew used the previous day to first pump up the tyres to manufacturer's specification.
How's it going, everybody? Okay, what we're actually doing here at the moment, we've got all these vehicles lined up. I'm going to be checking manufacturer specs for tyre pressures. Reason being, each and every one of these vehicles are going to be loaded with a ton on them. So we want all the tyres to be spec'd for max weight. I've got my IndyFloat hooked up. I'm going to connect my air to it and pump both tyres so that they balance out.
With the tyres all pumped up and ready to go, it was time to load the sand onto our 1-ton machines and fill them with fuel.
So what we're doing now is we load in all the vehicles, the 12 vehicles with their payload for the comparison test this weekend at Gerotech, and we're putting on a ton of sand on each vehicle. It's silica sand. The whole idea behind this Bakkie shootout is actually doing the test with what these vehicles are designed to do. They're getting their weight now, and I think it's going to be quite interesting to actually do the test we're going to be doing over the next 2 days with what they actually designed for, and that is carrying a ton of weight. We're now actually going to see what vehicles' designed weight actually does to the dynamics of the vehicle.
The focus testing conducted was made possible by the team of Johan Low and Sport Turf, who provided the silica sand for the weekend. We appreciate the incredible effort, time, and logistics it took to make this happen. We at All Things Motoring salute you. After the break, Mike chats to some of the representatives from dealer groups who made this mammoth weekend possible. All Things Motoring is owned and brought to you by CHANGECARS, South Africa's trusted online platform. Trusted because with CHANGECARS, fly-by-night dealers are not welcome.
When one thinks of major motor groups, names like CFAO Mobility, Bidvest, Motus, etc. come to mind. Then you get incredible privately owned dealer groups, somebody like Eastville. Brad and Clive Blechman, you are personal friends. I absolutely love your brand. Kayla, you represent this incredible group. How many dealerships do you have within the group? Or let me say this to you, how many brands do you have within the group?
We have over 30 brands, almost 40. So
That is incredible.
It's quite a lot. It's quite a lot.
What made you get into the car business?
It's something quite different. It's right up my alley. And I don't know, I've grown a love for it. I really like it. So.
But something that stood out for me when we were in the car together, you spoke about the Cherry brand. Now, you have a Cherry yourself?
Yes.
And that brought a real smile to your face. Tell us about the Cherry.
It does. It's quite new. Well, it's been on the market for a while, but it came in back to South Africa now, and it's made a comeback. It's a really great vehicle.
So it's a brand I respect. If you're looking for a Cherry and you're in the Northwest, in fact, if you're looking for a Cherry wherever you are in South Africa, Potchefstroom Cherry, Kayla, thank you for chatting to us and wishing you the very, very best.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. If one visits the CHANGECARS website, we are proud to say we have over 650 dealerships on our site. And one standout dealership group with just on 90 dealerships is CFAO Mobility. Carl Forskenk, I think you run the most incredible show. My respect for you is incredible. Then today, VW Amarok from VW The Glen, part of the CFAO Mobility dealership group. Tell us about VW The Glen.
Thanks, Mike. Just so proud to be affiliated with the group. We've just taken the Dealer of the Year award and numerous other awards from VWSA over the weekend.
To win the award, what does that mean to the team?
It means a lot. There's hard work, the market being flooded now with various other products.
You want to say Chinese products is a word, is that correct? You're allowed to say it.
Chinese products. So well done to the team at VW. The guys have put in the hard work. Obviously, they've reaped the rewards.
But when it comes to VW, you talk about premium German. Somebody's looking to buy a VW The Glen, is that your recommendation?
#1 dealership in the country.
Who am I to argue? Thanks for chatting to us.
Pleasure.
The backbone of the South African motor industry is the quality of dealerships. Now, I'm speaking to Murray. You represent Westfold. Just over 25 dealerships, but literally across South Africa. Share with us a little bit about the group.
So the group was founded many years ago by a gentleman called Mike Prinsloo, and has since then has been a family-owned group. The directors are the next generation of the same family. The CEO of the company currently is Heinrich Shamrock, and Mike's children form the backbone of the rest of the directorship of the group.
Beautiful. Now, I mentioned just over 25 dealerships. We have them on CHANGECARS. We only work with 5-star dealerships. Brands within the group?
So we have many brands. We're talking Isuzu, we're talking Suzuki, we're talking Hyundai.
Right.
We're talking, as you mentioned, Photon. You're talking MG that have just re-entered the market.
And we wish you well with that, because I believe MG is one of the new brands that is going to do super well. You've got an incredible group, 25 dealerships, as I've mentioned. Wishing you and the team the very best. Thanks for chatting to us today, and all the best to you.
Really appreciate it. Thank you very much indeed.
This weekend, we've experienced the incredible facility that is Gerotech, and we've interacted with incredible people. Anushka, you came out with your dad who works for Westphal Menlyn. How's the weekend been for you?
It's been very nice. I enjoyed this day very much.
And what was the highlight of the day?
I flied in a helicopter.
So Anushka went in the Netstar helicopter. Thanks to Netstar for putting that together. Tell me, do you see yourself getting into the car business like Dad?
Yes.
Really? As a salesperson, what do you think?
I like cars and I like Isuzus. It's very pretty and it's very safe. It's my safe.
For sure. So before you go work for Dad, would you consider coming to work for me?
I'll think about it.
Thank you so much for chatting to us.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
After the break, Mike and Grant take on Gerotech in an economy challenge like no other. Did you know? The first Bakkie in South Africa was a 1931 Ford Model A, built right here in Port Elizabeth. Designed for farmers and workers, it blended the comfort of a car with the toughness of a truck, and kicked off a love affair that's still going strong. Today, Bakkies are used for everything, from hauling bricks to going camping, and even as everyday family ride. They're not just vehicles, they're South African legends. All Things Motoring is owned and brought to you by CHANGECARS. CHANGECARS is South Africa's most trusted online platform. That's not an opinion, that's a fact. We're at Gerotech and we're not holding back. 12 Bakkies, a full ton in the back, and a fuel economy test that's anything but ordinary. Let the one-ton madness begin.
The phenomenal facility that is Gerotech just outside Pretoria. Growing up in the 80s and the 90s, this was a place that only professional racing drivers came to, and test pilots from the OEMs. Grant, I don't want to say you're a test pilot from the OEM, but you are a professional racing driver. What are we here to do today?
So we've arranged 12 vehicles, and we're going to put them through a very simple exercise, a fuel consumption economy test. We're going to send each vehicle out. It's 3 kilometers in diameter. It's a banked oval. We're going to be running in the middle lane. And we're going to run each vehicle at a steady 120 kilometers an hour with a ton of silica sand on the back. So we've refueled the cars to as much as they can possibly take. We'll do the run. It'll be just over 50 kilometers. And there we're going to get, as I say, not CSR figures. We're going to get a ballpark figure of liters per 100 and kilometers per liter, which is, as I say, very important. If you're a big fleet owner, like some of these big courier companies, like the Courier Guy, Ram, RTT, they're running in excess of 1,500 vehicles in their fleet.
So I can see you in a competitive mood. Enough talking, time to get in the vehicles. What are you going in first up?
I'm going to choose the Nissan Navara. It looks good. I've never ever driven one. And yeah, I'm interested to see what it does. I mean, we know Nissan's got a great history in our country. It's always known for reliability.
Of course.
So yeah, I'm going to stick my neck out. I'm going to start in that. You?
So it's interesting, you taking the Navara, and it's well known. I'm a huge Nissan fan. You've got 40 years with Isuzu. I'm going to get in the Isuzu. I'm going to beat him at his own game. But enough talking. May the best man win.
Absolutely.
And this is the start of the real deal.
Jason confirming. Gray confirming. Cam Cameras rolling, drivers, action, action, action.
So get into your top gear as soon as you can and then just let it accelerate up to 120.
Guys, we need to get to 120.
I'm at 120 on the clock and right distance to Grant.
So this is the high-speed oval at Gerotech. It's a 3-kilometer banked oval, built in 1971. It's an unbelievable facility. So the lane we're in now, it's what they call neutral steering at 100 k's an hour. So if you take your hands off the wheel, you should be able to go around. If with the wheel alignment, wheel balance is all correct.
What is interesting, we are driving right now 120 kilometers an hour in the middle lane, which is essentially flat at Gerotech, but 1,000 kilos on the back, doesn't even feel it. Absolutely superb. Courier companies, electricians, plumbers, you name it, this is the type of vehicle they use. So what is absolutely critical is gentlemen that are driving this, or ladies in certain instances, will be in the vehicle for maybe 8, 10, 12 hours a day sometimes. Comfort is absolutely critical. So this is the first vehicle that I've got into. Immediately, I'm comfortable, and allow me to explain. My seating position, I can go forward, I can go back. The backrest can go forward, I can go back. The steering, which is incredible in a single cab Bakkie, up and down, rake and reach, which is incredible. This car has impressed immediately.
Lap 3.
At this stage, my prediction on the road, I'm coming second.
But remember, Mark, you're starting to benefit from my
slipstream, so
I don't want stories just now that you're more economical than me.
Is that the best you're going with? Come on, you got to come up with something better than that. Gentlemen, each one of you under your right foot, you've got something. Use it wisely.
After completing his run in the Isuzu, Mike hopped into the Peugeot's entrance for the challenge, the single cab Landtrek.
I think something that strikes you immediately in each of these vehicles is depending on what application you're using it for. Certain vehicles will be, I don't want to say better, but more suitable for the task. Like, I'm a plumber, I'm driving my own vehicle every single day. I want a bit of creature comfort. I get in this Peugeot, immediately it talks to me.
headlights on. There we go. Thank you.
The Peugeot, I must say, incredibly tractable. I'm at in 6th gear, from 65, 70, it just pulls strong in top gear.
We're approaching 120. I'm starting to knock on nearly the 3,000 RPM. I'm sitting at 118 k's an hour, 2,500 RPM.
120, revving high, 2,600 to 2,700, which is quite high. I'm surprised on this Peugeot, but that's why it was pulling so strong. It's obviously pretty short geared. So of the Bakkies here, the Amarok and the Peugeot naturally are 6 gears. What else has got 6 gears?
Me on the Steed, I've got 6. And the Mahindra.
So it's just the Isuzu 2.5, that's 5 speed.
Copy that. I've got only 5 speed here.
Always just calling it as it is. This Peugeot is a superb environment, but you can feel this vehicle is just not up to the Japanese stuff. Looks good, feels good in terms of tactile feel, but this is way behind that Isuzu that I drove first time.
So Michael, those Landtreks are made in China.
Peugeot Landtrek, very, very comfortable, but no center armrest, which is surprising. Ride comfort on the Peugeot is good, noticeably more bumpy than the Isuzu.
So one thing that I had noticed is in these workhorses, there's not a lot of lumbar support for those long distance or long hours in the vehicle.
Interesting. Again, I won't lie, I didn't think about that, but as you mentioned it, I realize now completely openly a weak link on this Peugeot, and I think possibly even that Isuzu that I had earlier. Does anyone's vehicle have a center armrest? My Peugeot doesn't, the Isuzu KB50 doesn't.
Photon does. 250 doesn't.
Your opinion, those that do have it, how much of a difference does that make?
Absolutely, especially for long runs. I agree, on the long runs it does make a difference.
So what is the verdict on the Peugeot Landtrack? It's a very impressive vehicle, nice interior fit and finish. Personally, I wasn't able to get as comfortable as I would like in it, but that doesn't mean it's bad. The seat itself is very, very comfortable and very supportive. It's got a lovely thick steering wheel, and that is something I like in a vehicle.
Okay, so what we do now is we're refueling the vehicles. We will then work out how many liters they took, and we'll then convert it into liters per 100 and, very importantly, kilometers per liter. So we haven't got the final results yet, but I'm pretty confident that I'm going to be right up there because I've done
So sorry
a
to
couple
interrupt you,
Yeah.
but if mine is lower, does that mean I won round one? Simple question, easy answer. If mine is lower, does it mean I won round one?
Yes, but I don't think so. I mean, as I said, I've done many economy run challenges in my life over the years when I was racing, so yeah, I'm pretty confident that I've got this high-speed oval waxed.
The past is a past, and the present is a present. I'm just saying that, hold that thought.
So the two results that everyone's been waiting for is that of Grant in the Nissan Navara and Mike in the Isuzu D-Max Gen 7. And it gives me great pleasure to announce the first result. Grant in the Nissan Navara, 5.4 litres in your oval fuel test. Well done, Grant.
5.4.
5.4.
5.4, okay.
And then
That's pretty good.
driving most of his 50 kilometers in fifth gear in the Isuzu D-Max Gen 7 is Mike in 4.7 litres.
Not a chance. There's not a chance.
Remember, that I won.
Yeah, but you were behind me, so you benefit from my slipstream. You can always do it again.
While our two test drivers argue, let's take a closer look at the results. In first place, with incredibly low fuel consumption, was the Isuzu D-Max Gen 7, followed closely by the ever-popular Toyota Hilux 2.4. Third place went to one of our favorite Bakkies, the Isuzu D-Max Gen 6. Surprisingly, the GWM Steed and Mahindra did exceptionally well, tied for fourth place, but others didn't fare quite as well. But it's still early days and many more challenges lie ahead.
You've seen the incredible effort that has gone into preparing 12 Bakkies so that me and Grant can have not quite a race around the oval track, but a race to see who's the most fuel efficient. Round one went to me, Grant very competitive, round two went to him, but next week we're going to bring you something super exciting. Look forward to seeing you next week.
We at All Things Motoring appreciate your support and interaction. And if you'd like to show some love to the show, head over to our website and click on the Fans of the Show tab. We would love to hear from you. Here is the screen top tip of the week. Check your oil. If your car is basically a thirsty diva, keep it hydrated, or it will protest in ways you don't like. Before you buy a second-hand car, screen it. It's what smart people do. Coming up next week on All Things Motoring, we continue our Bakkie Super Test, where the team judges the interiors of our workhorses and test the handling to the limit. We're also joined by our friends from Netstar. This is a show with wings and wheels.
So yourself now, you based in Potchefstroom?
Yes, I am.
Beautiful, sorry, one thing, take it again. Somebody's looking to get hold of VW the Glen. Is that the best? Today's all about team effort. 12 incredible vehicles, 5 drivers. Grant and myself are lucky enough to be one of those 2 drivers. But think about it, 2 runs of 5 and There's still 2 to go. So what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try bummer lift. Let's see which is the manufacturer that wants to help all things motoring out the most.
All Things Motoring is proud to be the official sponsor of Cars in the Park 2025. Brought to you by POMC. Cars in the Park, an annual favorite held since 1980, is without a doubt the biggest event of this nature in the country. More than 2,500 vintage and classic vehicles are on display by more than 100 clubs and private individuals. Following on the incredible success of 2024, we believe that Cars in the Park 2025 will be even bigger. We invite you to be a part of this incredible event. Applications for stalls in the market and at the track are now open. Do you need any motoring advice? From where or what to buy? And where to sell? Visit the All Things Motoring website and click the Advice tab to ask Mikey. All Things Motoring was brought to you by SA's most trusted online vehicle platform, CHANGECARS. Our name says it all. There is no safer online vehicle platform. That's not an opinion, that's a fact.